All right, we got Keith Lee here, ahead of Bellator 265. Keith, man, big fight coming up this weekend. How you feeling?
I'm blessed and highly favored. I'm honored to be here.
Yeah, of course, man. And you got a ranked opponent in front of you, Jornel Lugo. Do you like this matchup? Is he somebody that you were having your eyes on before you guys got paired?
No, to be honest with you, I don't really look at nobody in the division. It's always me versus me. When I go in there, I'm fighting a reflection of myself. It's just me standing across the cage, fighting me and fighting everything that I've been through. So I'm not really worried about him or anybody else in the division, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and you've had some tough matchups in Bellator. I think your whole career, really, you've always strived to kind of fight the best. Do you feel like in the long run, though, that's kind of helped you grow as a fighter? I know sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but do you feel like the final product is coming out pretty well?
Absolutely. I'm 24, and I feel like I'm not even gonna say I feel like I have a lot of experience, and I have more experience than a lot of guys my age. And again, I'm just in a race with myself, and I'm in a race to be the best mixed martial artist that I possibly can be. And I feel like taking challenges that other people don't want to take, or taking challenges that I deem as difficult, is going to catapult me to the next level. And it's just another step of becoming the greatest version of myself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess so. The last time we saw you fight was against Rafael Stotts, and maybe at the time we were like, okay, like, two guys on the build, like, Rafael's good, but since then we found out he's really, really good, and you went the distance with him, and you made it competitive and everything. Do you feel like your stock's grown a little bit as he's continued to rise up the ladder? Again, kind of taking a tough fight, right?
I knew he was good. I knew he was really, really good going into the fight. I asked for that fight. We had the same manager, so it was no confusion going in there that I was fighting one of the best in the world. Other people might not have saw it, but I saw it for sure. Everybody I fight is literally the best in the world. Sean Bunch, this kid that I'm about to fight now, Rafian, like, these guys are at the top of the top, and I'm right in that conversation. So I feel like it would be unjust of me to fight anybody else. And as far as my stock, I wouldn't even put it on Rafian. I will put it on the fact that God has led me in a direction to spread positivity and to spread awareness around social anxiety and around mental issues that us fighters and myself go through. And TikTok and Instagram has really come through for me. And I built a nation. I built an army with me. So I'm not in there by myself. I'm never alone. And just my TikTok platform blowing up just shows me that even more.
Yeah, for sure, man. Absolutely. And I want to bring that up a little bit, because today, in today's day and age of combat sports, we often see guys that are on TikTok that want to fight, but you're kind of the opposite. You're a guy that can fight, and you want to dabble a little bit in TikTok. And I say a little bit, I'm kind of underselling you a little bit. You got like what, 800,000 followers on TikTok or something? You're doing pretty well for yourself.
We on a road to 1 million. Shout out to the Lee family. We getting there. Just it's organic. It's organic. It's natural. It came out of literally just me I think I was injured after the Rafian fight. I injured my knee, and then I caught staph really bad, like all over my face. And then I had a really bad sty infection on my eye. It was just back to back to where I couldn't catch a break. And God was just leading me in the direction of stop worrying and just allowing things to happen. And it just happened. I literally turned on the camera and started cooking. I cook every day at home anyway, but I literally turned on the camera and did exactly what I do every single day. And people just started taking a liking to it. So like I said, it was just natural. It was organic. I'm thankful.
When you set out to do it, I mean, did you think, hey, like, I'm going to try to actually make this part of who I am? Like, I'm going to make it a big deal? Or was it just something you started for fun? Like, was it just, I'm bored one day, I'm going to see what this is about?
It is who I am, because like I said, I just turned on the camera.
Yeah.
I didn't have a script. I don't have a team working with me when it comes to, it's me and my wife, and my sister. We literally just sat around and I was like, I'm gonna start recording me cook. And it was like, okay. And they always believed in me. That's one thing. I have a really strong support system. My sister and my wife always told me that it's really possible for me to blow up, and it's possible for me to do things that I really didn't see, because I'm very narrow-sighted. I think it comes from my professional fighting background, where you only see the next fight or you only see the next opportunity, and you don't really look at the long term of things. And I'm blessed enough to have people around me that was like, yeah, you can really do this. And we started our own merch company, literally out of my own house. We just woke up one day and was like, let's start selling hoodies. And the hoodies sold out. We on our 3rd season. The hoodies sold out each season in like a week. I'm talking about a batch of like 200 to 300 hoodies sold out in a week.
Not too shabby, man. Yeah, that's the thing for me. I mean, it was such a quick ascent up the ladder, and it's, I've watched them because you post them kind of on Instagram as well, and that's where I first caught on. And really wholesome stuff, positive stuff, cooking. I guess, where are you trying to take this? You talked about where you are now. You're obviously popular enough where you're selling merch and stuff. Do you feel like, I guess, what kind of heights are you trying to reach in the social media world?
I believe my tongue is very powerful. So I believe I will be a superstar. I feel like I won't even say I feel like, I truly believe that I'll be a superstar, and I'm going to reach pinnacles that I've never imagined of reaching. And I'm going to reach heights that I've never imagined of reaching. And people that are joining now and people that are watching me now are just early to the party. And I think that we are really going to take this big. Eventually, Bellator is going to jump on the page with me, and they're going to start working, and we're going to really take this to the next level. But everything happens organic. It's not the time. Whenever it's time for me to take it to that next level of heights that I don't think I've ever seen or anybody else has ever seen, then we'll know it's time. But yeah, I'm gonna be a household name worldwide.
I love it. And, I'm thinking, too, I've talked to Scott a lot in recent weeks, and with Jake Paul being with Showtime now, they're trying to, try different things in the boxing world. And Scott has said he doesn't necessarily hate the idea of fighters crossing over from Bellator to boxing. Do you feel like that you kind of would bring a unique, I don't want to say perspective, but you'd be a pretty unique person to fight, on a Jake Paul card? You kind of bring the audience from outside the combat sports world, and you bring the audience from inside the combat sports world. So would that be something that you would ever consider if the opportunity came your way?
So the opportunity did come my way. So right before I was scheduled to fight in Bellator in July, I was scheduled to fight Henry Corrales. By the way, prayers to him for his last loss. But I was scheduled to fight Henry Corrales, and I got an opportunity to fight on that the TikToker versus YouTuber fight. It was or TikTok versus TikToker, the Rachel Ostovich and Paige Van Zandt. So I got an opportunity to fight on that. Things fell through. Money was thrown around, names was thrown around, but nothing was to fruition. They was kind of just like gassing numbers and like gassing the opportunity. Never really like came into play. But with that being said, I announced it once on my TikTok, and it blew up like crazy. Like crazy. I think that opportunity, what it is like, it's organic, it's natural. I don't put on a persona. I'm not a guy that's going to put on a persona and try to be this tough guy, try and talk bad about everybody. I genuinely, to my heart, to the core of my heart, wish nothing but goodwill to everybody around me. And that's genuine. Like, I wake up every single morning and I just try to be the best person that I could possibly be. And I know that sounds cliche and a lot of people say it, but it's to the point where it's literally like, that's my main mission and my entire goal of the day. And I think I just push it through everything. I push it through the small, minute things in life, like having a conversation with my Uber driver yesterday, or he was 78. I think he was like 78, 79. And when I left the car, he was like, you literally made my day by sitting there talking to me. And like just doing little things of having conversations with people and putting smiles on people's face. And I think that's a perspective that we don't really see a lot in MMA. We get the nice guys, we get the mean guys, we get the fake bad boys, but we don't really get people that are really trying to push positivity and bring light to, like I said, social anxiety, awareness to things like being a young father. I'm only 24. I got my first daughter. She's about to be a year. Like I haven't really seen that perspective much, even though it's out there. And I'm willing to be the face of that. I think it's my God-given talent.
That's a great message, man. Do you feel like, I think a lot of times people would respond to what you're saying, like, oh, positivity doesn't sell fights. You need guys that, talk shit and all this other stuff. Do you feel like, though, that maybe it's just an unexplored aspect of the game? Because obviously people are interested in what you have to say.
For sure. Every single media, I know I have media day to day, so every single media outlet other than you is going to ask me to try and badmouth my opponent. It's been happening all week. It's going to happen until I stop fighting. I already know how it goes. They want me to be the brash, mean guy. And the second that I come out and I say something positive, it kind of goes to like, oh, okay, next question. Like, here you go, trying to be nice. Again, I'm not trying to be nice. It's just naturally who I am as a person, and I just allow myself to be natural. And I think that perspective comes across unique to other people. And eventually, the people that aren't on board yet are going to start to realize, and even if they don't, I wish nothing but the best for them, but they're going to start to realize, like, okay, he's not putting on no persona. I think that's what is going to engage other people. And once it starts to roll and once other people start to get attracted by it, I feel like I'm going to be a superstar. I feel like it is going to be nothing to stop me. I have daily conversations in public with God, and I don't think he's steering me wrong yet. I truly believe in him.
And I know every time you post, you build your brand. Every time you fight, you build your brand. So How do you build your brand on Friday? What do you think goes down in the cage when you guys get in there?
Dominance. Dominance. I'm going out there to perform. This is the first time. This is the first time in camp that I've had a super strong wave of emotions. I'm not really an emotional guy. Like I said, I base everything off of just trying to be a good person. But this the first time I had a super strong wave of emotions. I think like 2 days before I got on the flight, I just was sitting in the car and I just broke down in tears. Like I just was going through it. But it was happy tears. It was tears of me being like super thankful that I'm here. Because of my last fight, I was on 3 weeks notice. I was cutting a lot of weight. My daughter was just born. My wife was going through postpartum depression. I didn't want to leave at all. Like when I say I had like separation anxiety, damn near, like I was going through it on a plane. Like I was homesick on a plane on the way to the fight in Raffian. And I don't have that burden anymore. Like I don't have that burden. I don't have that wave of guilt. I felt guilt going into that fight. So I was like, damn, you leaving your wife, you leaving your kid. Like I just don't have that. And I'm just so thankful. And I feel like this is the perfect time for me to go out there and express myself. And I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna express, I'm gonna celebrate. I'm gonna just celebrate all my hard work and dedication. Shout out to my coach, Julie Cooper. And I'm gonna just go out there, I'm gonna work. And I think that it's gonna show. It's for sure gonna show. I've been working a lot during this camp. We were sparring 2 days a week, and every time we was like using a fight simulation. So I've been fighting twice a week for the last couple of weeks, and I'm ready to work. I'm ready to work, and I have a really game opponent in front of me, and we're gonna put on a show. I'm coming out with praise.
I can't wait for it, man. It seems like you're in a really good place. People can find you on Friday in the cage, Bellator 265. Where can they find you on TikTok?
Keith_Lee 125. Join the family now because we doing nothing but growing. We on the way up. It's nothing but up from here. So yeah, Keith_Lee 125. The merch is in my bio at Keith_Lee 125, and Instagram is the same thing. God bless you guys.
Well, appreciate the time, Keith. Good luck in the fight.
Thank you for talking to me.